"One piece or two?" his mother asked. "One," Melinda replied. "A small one I want to fit into the wedding dress." "A little thing like you. I'll cut you a big piece," his mother said. "Herschella, you want a big one too." "Mom," he tried. She hurried back into the kitchen. Bernstein looked helplessly at Melinda. She smiled sweetly. "Honey," she said, "relax. We'll get it all taken care of in a minute." He threw up his hands. Plates, forks, and napkins appeared on the table. "Coffee," his mother called. "Tea," Melinda said, "if it's not any bother." "Bother? What's a bother?" Mrs. Bernstein replied as she rushed back into the kitchen. "Mom," Bernstein said as forcefully as he could. "I know, Black," his mother called. "You're my son, my baby, I know you." "I'm not talking about coffee," Bernstein almost shouted. Quietly, timidly, his mother peered out the doorway. Her face, so exuberant moments ago, was now pale. Her shoulders were bent and she seemed to have shriveled. Bernstein felt a catch in his throat and would have walked towards her, but his legs were amazingly weak. "Herschel," his mother said. With great effort, she put a coffee cup on the table. The steam rose around her, outlining the deep ridges in her face. She had aged years within seconds. Melinda rushed over and took her arm. Mrs. Bernstein smiled gratefully and let herself be led to the table. She sat like a lump that was slowly melting away. Bernstein was stunned. Everything seemed out of focus, as though he had stumbled into some kind of weird parallel university. That wasn't his mother. That was an old woman with gray hair and rounded shoulders. That wasn't the dining room table he knew so well, the array of menorahs his father collected. It was all strange, and he was a stranger, too. He knew why. "Why didn't you tell me?" Bernstein asked in a wounded voice. He was rooted in place. "What could I say?" his mother said in a soft whimper. "You were raised Jewish. I didn't think it would matter." She drew herself up. "You were bar mitzvahed. You were confirmed. We follow all the holidays. You walked to Yom Kippur services with your father. You wore your yarmulke, your tefillin. You now have a tallis your grandfather used. This is a Jewish house." She waved her hand to indicate the many menorahs that sat on shelf encircling the dining room, the painting of an old Reb poring over a Torah, the small wooden carving of an old Jewish couple holding a prayer book. "You are Jewish. You are as Jewish as Rabbi Keller." Mom," Bernstein pleaded in a voice that seemed to come from far away. "Not under Jewish law." "Law? What law?" his mother replied grimly. "You were raised in a Jewish house. No one was more Jewish than me. Your father is Orthodox. You are a Jew. What law can change that?" "But, Ma," Bernstein said wearily, "if there is no law, there are no Jews. Laws, rules, regulations, such mishigas, you are a Jew." "That's final," Mrs. Bernstein insisted. "What law?" Melinda asked. She sat next to her future mother-in-law, as though protecting her. Bernstein sighed. "Either the mother or the grandmother has to be Jewish for a child to be Jewish," he explained. "It has to be on your mother's side. My father is Jewish, but that doesn't matter. My mother is Christian Scientist, for God's sake." "You are Jewish," his mother protested. "Why didn't you convert?" Bernstein was pleading now. "You had to walk into the mikveh naked in front of witnesses. I didn't want to do that. Your father understood," his mother said huskily. "God understands." She wrinkled her nose as if smelling something rancid. "The great rabbi should, too," she insisted sarcastically. "He's bound by the law," Bernstein responded sadly. His mother shook her head. "Law," she scoffed. Bernstein had a thought and pounced on it. "Was Grandma Jewish?" he asked. He was clutching at air, he knew it, and his voice reflected his sense of hopelessness. "She may have been," his mother tried. "Was she?" His mother looked away. "I don't think so. My father was, but he died young. My mother raised us Christian Scientists. I could try to find her birth certificate." Bernstein shook his head. "Never mind," he said. There was no doubt now, regardless of what magic drawer produced the missing paperwork. He sat down on the uncomfortable chair in the living room, the closest seat. "You're Jewish," his mother insisted. "In name only," he replied weakly. "In this house," his mother said firmly. Bernstein had a sudden thought. He should have suppressed it. He knew that later. Instead, he blurted it. "Oh my God," he said. "That's why Josh is buried in that part of the cemetery, the part reserved for non-Jewish members of Jewish families." His mother looked at him wide-eyed and pale. Tears bubbled down her broad cheeks. He was Jewish. They wouldn't listen. I could accept what they did to him. He was dead. You're Jewish. Bernstein reached towards her. "Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't yet." Melinda stared at him, holding him back. She embraced the older woman, who was rocking and moaning. "Mom," Bernstein tried. They had told him Josh had been placed under a nice tree in a secluded corner. That's why he wasn't with the other members of the congregation. Bernstein had been too young to notice the anomaly. He was only 8. Josh was 14 when he was hit by a car. Bernstein thought of the many times he had visited the grave, the almost compulsive ways his mother went every week. He felt sick inside.